It's more than a year now that the Techlead's wife left him, took his child and went to Japan. He barely can see his son since then. On top, she claims that he destroyed her life. How can this be? The Techlead seems to be such a nice guy here on YouTube. I've no doubt that he would be a great father and a great husband. So how could this all happen? Oh wait, nice guy? Wife left him? Why is that so? It all makes sense in just a second. Let me translate the emotional world of women for us nice guys and logical thinkers. I break it down in 5 points. Please listen to all of them because they only make sense all together. Number 1. A couple of years ago, all of a sudden, my girlfriend left me. I didn't see this coming. Well, yes and no. I didn't see any sign for it. But it wasn't the first time that this happened to me. It happened actually a couple of times before. Yes, I was the guy who, when I felt that this is the perfect relationship, the girl all of a sudden said, I don't love you anymore. I don't know, I have no feelings anymore. And I was, what? What's wrong with you? Everything had been fine. I was such a loving partner. I cared, made a lot of surprises, and just thought, hey, I'm just the man every girl should be happy to have. Okay, and then she left, and all the tears were coming, and this depressing face. And I thought, how dare she? How could she leave me? But then this time I thought, maybe it has something to do with me. Because it was always the same pattern. At the beginning they loved me, but then when it became more serious, all of a sudden they left. So this time I got a couple of these Get My Ex Back online courses. And in one of them there was this single video that made all the difference for me. There was this presentation where one guy was on the left side of the stage and 3 girls were on the right side of the stage. This guy here should just enter the stage, stand there and do nothing. These 3 trained girls should mention what they notice about him. The first girl, he said, "You seem to be very calm. I like that." A minute later, this girl asked, "You seem to be a little nervous. Are your hands becoming a little sweaty? Because my hand start to become a little sweaty." So she asked him if he got sweaty hands because she got sweaty hands? What? At the end of the day, this presentation should show women and girls tend to feel emotions much more intense than men do. It's nearly magical and for me sometimes unbelievable what they can feel long before I even notice it. And I highly encourage everyone watching, try this out with girls you know, friends, family members, your mother, aunt, grandmother, whoever. Look at other couples, talk to girls. Once you pay attention to this, it's so obvious that it has to do with why couples are fighting, married couples get divorced, and so on. More to this in a second. So, and then this third girl here added, hey, maybe this is the reason why girls are sometimes so moody or bitchy, because we feel every little emotional change and emotional instability. Man, emotional instability. Okay, so step 1 was girls and women tend to feel emotions much more intense than men do. Number 2. Women communicate with these feelings, not with words and logical thinking. Well, don't get me wrong, of course they communicate with words. Same as men communicate with emotions. But for the purpose of this explanation, let's keep it simple. So, this is the Techlead. And this is the Techlead's ex-wife. The Techlead says, hey, we can talk about everything. So, in hopes that reaches her ear. Not only hopes, but he thinks he says that, so she understands this. And it's clear for him, he says, hey, we can talk about everything and we will find a solution. This is how we communicate, right? Just talk about it and we will find a solution. While he says that, he's angry, furious, sad, whatever. In some way, he feels an emotion that's not so nice. Maybe he screams, maybe he says that in a calm way, but has this feeling in his belly. This can be any bad feeling. So when he says, we can talk about everything, this is not what she hears. He has this feeling here in his belly, and this is what she hears. So probably I should make this into her ears, but like these are a lot of emotions are like overall. Yeah, this is what she feels, this is what she receives. And it doesn't matter if he says, hey honey, I will buy you a Lamborghini, we go to Hawaii for 6 weeks, and before we go, I will buy you every bag from Louis Vuitton. As long as he has this feeling in his belly, that's not 100% calmness, satisfaction, relaxation, it doesn't feel good for the woman in some way. On top, we all know that discussions can be highly emotional and mean burning inside, and that drives women crazy. So point number 2 was, women tend to communicate with these emotions, not with words. Point number 3, men tend to be not fully aware of their feelings. Not only do they not feel emotions as intense as women do, but they also don't pay that much attention how they feel in the moment. Men tend to spend more time in their head than in their body. If you want to try this out, just take a moment and bring your full attention to your feet. Now to your belly. How do you feel in your belly? What about your shoulders and your neck? Are they relaxed? Straight posture? How do you feel there? When was the last time you paid attention to your feelings in your everyday life? You don't notice your real feelings, but when you talk to women, this is what they hear. Point number 4, a woman needs emotional stability. Otherwise, they don't love you anymore. It doesn't matter if you're a nice guy or not, you have to feel safe and stable inside. Nice guys just tend to not have this emotional stability. It's often a lack of confidence in some way. And in the case of the tech lead, I think when it comes to YouTube, he's a very confident guy. But it was probably when they moved back in his parents' house, and there was this discussion between his ex-wife and his mother, where he was in between and didn't want to take any position. Probably he loved both of them in some way. And probably this situation made him sad or angry in some way. I don't know, but there must have been something, if you ask me. In theory, the solution could be so easy. Just take a clear position, communicate this calm and clearly, and both his mother and his ex-wife would have been okay. Or when it came to money, as he said that money destroyed their relationship. And even more today she says he's too cheap. Well, on the one hand, girls love when men spend money. Not only they become their Louis Vuitton bag, but if a man who knows that he can make money no matter what happens, or a man who stays calm and finds a solution no matter what happens, when a man feels confident about all of that, this is a highly attractive character trait for women. On the other hand, a man who loves to save money for bad times, what does that say about this man? Is he afraid of something? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You can be a cheap guy or spend all your money. As long as you clearly communicate what you think is the best way to deal with money, then everything is alright. But very important, clear communication means that you feel confident, strong, and calm inside. It's your feelings, women, here, not your words. If you don't feel good, we have to understand and respect that this is a bigger issue for women than what we could ever imagine. They just feel everything so much more intense that it really hurts, that it's really a huge burden and pressure on them, that they have no other choice than to leave. That was the moment when suddenly, overnight, the tech league's wife took his child and left to Japan. This all didn't happen overnight, but at some point she couldn't do this anymore. Okay, final step, number 5. What does that all mean now? Is the tech lead a bad man? Is he not strong enough? Was it all his fault? Of course not. He's a great guy. I'm pretty sure he wanted the best for his wife, his child, and I also think he's a very strong man. Come on, what he puts out on YouTube, that needs confidence. But does that mean that men shouldn't be nice guys? If you ask me, probably the main solution is just be aware how women communicate. It's just in their nature that they are much more emotional. So first, we need to understand that women and girls in this situation are not bad humans. Even if they say that you destroyed their life and you think, hey, what's wrong with you? You took my son. I wanted to talk, but you took my child and left. There's a reason why she said that. And it's not that she's a bad person or that she's dumb. 2. The reason is your emotional instability in some way. Any kind of bad feeling inside your body that you're not aware of. 3. There's a solution for that. That you become the ship that stays on course and calm no matter what thunderstorm is around you. No matter what happens, you stay calm. Girls will love that. 4. If you deal with depression, it probably feels like a vicious circle that is hard to escape. And if your girl leaves you, she leaves you because of the feelings caused by depression. And when she leaves you, that puts you more into the state of depression. Ugh. But I know from friends that getting professional help on this can really help, like getting professional help and talking. And 5, at the end of the day, every girl and woman needs a strong man in her life. Someone who gives her the emotional stability and direction she needs. Someone who's confident and strong. And once she found this man, she will never leave him. So, the 5th and final point of all of them, make sure that you feel good and your girl will never leave you. But there's one last point, one bonus point, and one catch to all of this. In the online course I bought, they said, the girl will test you. Well, I'm not sure if it's really a test, but you can see it as this if it helps. She definitely will make sure if you are serious about your plans. And she will do this often. If you say, hey, I don't want to spend money on an apartment when we can move into my parents' place for free, chances are high that she'll ask you, are you sure? But what about this and that? And she will come up with questions like this often. And much too often we men tend to say, okay, my girl doesn't want to live there. Okay, then we have to find something else. Then we should really get an apartment, move in there and make it right for her. Or we men start a discussion about that and ask, why do you think it's a bad idea? Instead, the answer can just be strong and confident, of course. So, are you sure? Do you think it's a good idea to move in with your parents? Of course. As long as you're confident that this is a good decision, she will love that. And the more confident you are, the less she will test you.